back to my channel. It's Akira, and today I did my simple go-to glam makeup look. This is my routine usually when I have somewhere quick to go or I just need to beat my face really quickly. I really don't have much to say. Everything that I mentioned in the video will be linked down below in the description. Of course, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and turn on your post notifications so you're notified every time I upload. I upload once a week, every Friday. Now it's every Friday. So yeah, turn your post notifications on, and of course, make sure to follow me on both of my Instagrams, my regular Instagram, and then I also have a hair Instagram where I sell wigs and accessories, and soon I'll be adding on a couple more products on there. So yeah, make sure you guys follow me, and enough rambling, let's just go ahead and get into the video. So the first thing I want to mention to you guys, if you guys want to see how I usually prep my skin, then the link is down in the description box below. I uploaded a skincare routine, and that's usually what I do before I apply my makeup. And it's usually like an hour or two before, obviously because it's in the morning. So yeah, but while I'm doing my makeup, I go ahead and add my Līᴜs lip sleeping mask on in the thing. So yeah, so I just applied that. That's definitely a must for me. I hope you guys don't mind this angle. I hope it's not bad. But yeah, so my first step that I usually do is I prime my skin with the e.l.f. What is this, Luminous Putty Primer. I just recently got this and I'm loving it so far. So I usually do that, and I take this e.l.f. foundation brush that I got years ago that I still use. I've always pretty much used this for my primer, but I just use it to put it in the actual putty because, again, I just don't like putting my hands in products. And I barely put primer on my forehead because I rarely put makeup on my forehead, so there's really no need for primer to go there. But I just put a little bit there just in case. I'll usually put makeup in between my brows, but yeah. So that's the primer. So the next step I usually do is my brows, something really simple. I got my eyebrows microbladed. If you don't know what that means, it's pretty much just tattooed on there. So I don't really have to do much with my brows, and I really don't like them as harsh as we used to do them, you know, like in 2016 or whatever. Since they're already microbladed, it's like pretty much perfect. I actually need to get a touch up, but my lady, she is so freaking booked. It's ridiculous. So I think like this month you're booking for like April, which is crazy. So I actually need to set a reminder in my phone to go get a touch up. But yeah, so I just use my Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz, and I pretty much just even out my eyebrows. I don't do too much. Again, I just darken them up a little bit. I have a little like bald spots or whatever, so I just fill that in. Yeah, so this is it for my eyebrows. I don't carve them out. I don't do any of that just because it's just too much. I don't have time to be carving up my eyebrows anymore. And I just don't have the patience either. But I'll do that when I'm going, like when I'm doing super glam, super glam, you know, but this is like my go-to glam. Usually takes me maybe 30 minutes. So I try not to do too much with my eyebrows, but yeah. And then sometimes I'll just go in and pluck little eyebrows, and it looks like I need to do that. So I'm gonna pluck my eyebrows. So onto foundation, I usually use my Too Faced Born This Way foundation, and I use the shade Chai. This is one of my favorite foundations. It always lasts very long on me, and yeah. So I use that, and then I always use my beauty blender. This is dirty, so sorry. And I probably use about 2 pumps, maybe like 1.5, because I really never use 2. I know I look so crazy. I look like an Oompa Loompa. But yeah, so after I finish my foundation, I just grab the butt of the beauty blender and I just drag it on my forehead. Again, I honestly started doing this because my lace fronts, I was like, oh my gosh, I keep putting makeup on my lace front. So that's the trick. If you guys have a small forehead like me, and you don't really have space to put on makeup, like I barely have 3 fingers of space, but yeah, I would always mess my lace fronts up, and I'm like, bro, like how do I not get makeup on my lace fronts? And yeah, I forgot whose video I watched, but she has a small forehead like me, and she was like, I just use like the residue of my makeup to put on my forehead. And I'm thankful that I don't have a problematic T-zone area, so I don't have any scars or anything like that, so my forehead never has any bumps or pimples, so I never need that much coverage anyway. Next step for me is concealer, and I use my Kevyn Aucoin in the number 12. I'm actually using the sample size that I got from Camera Ready Cosmetics. They're one of my favorite retail stores for purchasing makeup, so you guys should check them out. Again, link down below. You guys don't need a lot of this concealer at all. This is still one of the best concealers. I don't know why people don't use this more. I guess it is kind of a heavy concealer, but I like it. It's full coverage. The color is perfect for me, so that's why I've always used it. In my concealer, I blend it out like this. I do put it over my eyelids too, by the way, just to act as a little primer. But after I blend out my concealer, again, I take the butt of the beauty blender and I just tap it in just so the concealer doesn't go too far down. Again, I have a tendency of doing that too. And I just go ahead and blend out my nose concealer as well. And as you guys can see, it already gives like a natural contour, so we don't have to do much later. But I always bring in my concealer on the side of my nose, so it does give that contoured effect without us adding any powder, you know? So that's that for my base concealer. And my next concealer is my Rimmel London Match Perfection in the color 430. I wonder if they still sell them. I think I got this a couple months ago, so I don't know, but this is one of my favorite concealers. I've been using this for like 5 years now, and it always gives me an extra highlight. It's not too full coverage, and it's like a good consistency. So I love to use this on top of my concealer, just a little bit. And yeah, it just adds just a little bit extra brightness that I like under my eyes. That's it for pretty much all my foundation and my concealer that I do. Right now, I love the Midnight Pretty Pink Translucent Powder. I don't know why I ended up picking this up, but I got it a couple years ago and I haven't stopped using it since, honestly. And before you bake, you just wanna like fling your beauty blender. I bake around my mouth because I get really bad smile lines. It helps it a little bit, but they still occur. I let this sit here for about like maybe like 2 to 5 minutes, and then I get started on my eyes. Okay, so we're back. I am just gonna brush off all my baking powder, and I use the e.l.f. pointed powder brush. I have a million of these types of brushes. This is just the one I grabbed. And sometimes I'll go over my bake powder with foundation powder. Like, you know, if I do it for too long, or if my highlight is a little bit too bright, but today I did pretty good, so we're just gonna keep it. I didn't set my eyes earlier because I'm gonna prime. I'm just gonna use my Urban Decay eyeshadow primer potion. Sometimes I decide to use my MAC paint pot. I think I have it in, starts with S, I can't remember it right now. My eyelids don't ever crease, so eyeshadow primer is just like an extra step if I'm trying to be extra careful, you know? So my first palette that I usually reach for, of course, you know, you could just get similar colors. Sometimes I use my Morphe palette, sometimes I'll use an e.l.f. palette, like it just doesn't matter. But yeah, the one that I chose today was my Anastasia Soft Glam. My crease color first. So today I'm gonna be using Orange Soda, which is this one right here. It's just a good base for all my other eyeshadows. The next color I'm gonna get out of the palette is going to be Burnt Orange, which is gonna be the main color, pretty much. And it's just this one right here. And I put this in my crease as well, but this is just the main crease color. It adds definition to my look. And both of these, I didn't even mention the brushes, I'm so sorry. So my first brush that I used was the Makeup Shack T11 brush. And this one's just a pretty fluffy shader brush. And this one, I think this is from BH Cosmetics, I'm not sure. But this is also a fluffy shader brush, but this one is, it's a little bit thinner. It's not as wide, so I can get into my crease a little bit better. After I feel comfortable with my crease color, I'm gonna go in with my shade, my lid color, which is the most important thing to me because this is what makes it look kind of sultry and just simple. And that's gonna be Tempera in the palette. And that's just an off-white color. You can pretty much use any off-white that you have. But yeah, I just pack it on my lid. So I go back in to on my eye with my blending brush and just blend that out a little bit more. I'll go in again with like a second layer, I guess you can say. With my eyeshadow. And you really don't have to be neat with it because your crease color is gonna cover it anyway, but I just like to add a nice second layer. That's really it, like it's so simple. So I'm gonna finish the other eye and then we're gonna continue. The next thing that I usually do is my liner. Now usually when I'm doing like a simple go-to glam, I don't do wings just because those do take a little bit more time than usual. My favorite liner is surprisingly the Wet n Wild Mega Liner. To do my eyeliner, but I love the fact that the white is peeking through. The mascara I use is the L'Oreal Luminous Curved Brush. So after I do my mascara, I put on my lashes, and I keep my lashes in this little cute thingy mabob. Again, I got this off of Amazon, so I'll link it down below. And I just have one pair in here right now. And I feel like nobody ever talks about eyelash glue anymore because everybody just has eyelash extensions, but I don't. So my favorite lash glue is the I Envy Strip Lash Adhesive with Aloe. You can grab this at the beauty supply store. This is where I always get mine. Yeah, this is my favorite eyelash glue. I think you guys should go try it. So now that my lashes are on, we can finally finish my face, which is my favorite part to do. I obviously contour first. My contouring, I use the BH Cosmetics contour palette. I have repurchased this thing so much. I love this palette. Yeah, I've just always used it, but my go-to color is this color right here. I don't know if they still sell this. I hope they do, because I haven't had to buy it in a while because I've been using other products. But yeah, I just started reaching back out to it. But yeah, if they sell this or something similar, I'll link it down below. So I just use this small stippling brush, and I love a small precise brush to contour with, just because I'm really heavy-handed when it comes to my makeup. So sometimes I can go overboard. And I go under my jaw. I don't know why I do this. I've just always done it. I just go under my jaw like usual. So it looks skinny. And really, I don't really need to put any on my nose, but I'll just go over it again. After I'm done concealing pretty much, I'll just go in with the access on my brush and just put that on my forehead. That's really it for my contouring. I don't really bake under my contour, just because, again, this is simple. It's not supposed to be, you know, so intricate, so that's not what I'm worried about. For my next is obviously blush, and I'm a blush girl. I love a ton of blush. So I usually reach for, I made this Z palette like probably probably like 3 or 4 years ago, honestly, I'm not gonna lie. But it's this shade right here that I love. I forgot what brand this is by. It is, I bought it on Camera Ready Cosmetics, so they didn't come in like individual, they just came in the little pans. But since I don't know the exact name of that one, my favorite one that you guys can actually get is MAC's Desert Rose. Beautiful blush color. I've been obsessed with this since I started wearing makeup, and I still love it. And for highlight, I'm not into dramatic highlights anymore, so for just a simple highlight, I go for my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in Gold Deposit. I actually mentioned this in my last Ulta haul, so if you guys didn't see that, link in the description. And I just literally do like the faintest highlight of all time, not too much, and then I just put a little bit on my nose. Now on to my lips. So for my lips, I actually use the eye kohl for my lips. It is the MAC's eye kohl in C쏘ɪrᴏ. So I use that on my outer lips. I don't know, I've never had an issue with using an eye kohl. It doesn't run on me. And it lasts a little bit. I feel like it should last longer because it's going in your eye, or it's meant to go in your eye, which is like a wet area. So I don't know, I feel like it should last a little bit longer, And my favorite lip, this is my favorite lip combo. You guys have pretty much seen me wear this combo in every video, but this one is the NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream in London. This is my fave, I love this. And this is the one I use if I'm just going for a matte lip. So, I don't know, I'm super weird. I do my brows last for my eyebrow gel. I don't know why. I don't know if I always forget, but I always do it last. But yeah, so I do my brows, and this is the tinted brow gel by Anastasia Beverly Hills, and I use the color Espresso. For the last but not least, this is definitely the star of the show because this makes your makeup last forever. This is the Ben Nye Final Seal Matte Makeup Sealer. This is for matte makeup, so if I want my makeup dewy, I'll use the MAC spray. But yeah, this is the shit, okay? But warning, it's like breathing in alcohol, so I hold my breath when I spray this, so yeah, deep breath. But the crazy thing about that spray is you can feel it instantly. Like when it completely dries and you like move your face, you can tell it's like kind of stiff. But it keeps your makeup on all day, so you guys should go get that. I'll also leave that in the link down below. And this is the finished look, you guys. So that was it for the makeup. As you guys can see, it was really simple. I pretty much do this makeup all the time. This is pretty much what you see me in most of the time in all my videos. So yeah, thank you so much if you made it through. Again, don't forget to subscribe and follow me on my social medias and connect with me, DM me, message me, you know, do whatever. So that's it for today's video, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.